Two races to decide the inaugural season of HT Supercross Next. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Deacon, otherwise known as Pancake. I'm joined always by Opixonic and our host and streamer and cameraman, Le Jefe. We have two races. We have today's race on a 2009 remake. One of the track layouts that was actually designed by Travis Pastrami for the 2009 season, when they had all the former legends of the sport creating some track layouts. And we're going to see how that races in Halo today. One of, if not the most technical track of the HTSX Next season so far. Like I said, I'm joined by Opixonic, who is going to give us the rundown of the championship scenario between Jabelston and Zaya.
All right, thank you. And hello, everyone. This is going to be a potential championship clinching. Is this good? All right, my mic was like all the way up. I'm so sorry for that, everybody. So tonight, Jabelston can clinch the championship. Currently, he has I believe an 18-point gap in the standings. That is a little, falsified because of Zaya's disconnect in one of the races of the season. However, Jabelston, as of right now, has one hand on the trophy. He can clinch tonight by winning the race. And no matter what Zaya does tonight, Jabelston will clinch in that situation. Zaya must finish in the top 4 tonight in order to keep Jabelston from clinching. No matter what Jab does, Zaya must finish in the top 4. Then we get into the nitty-gritty. If Zaya finishes 4th, Jabelston has to finish 5th in order to clinch the title. There's 2 drop races. With how the math works out, Jab will have to only finish 5th if Zaya were to finish 4th. If Zaya finishes 3rd or 2nd, Jabelston has to basically finish ahead of Zaya. So, 4 things right there. If Jab wins, he clinches no matter what. If Zaya doesn't finish in the top 4, Jab clinches. If Zaya is 4th, Jab clinches with a 5th place finish or better. If Zaya is 2nd or 3rd, Jab clinches by finishing ahead of Zaya. If Zaya wins tonight, no matter what Jab does, the championship fight goes into race number 10 next week. So for Zaya, it's basically a must-win race. If you got to think of it as a must-win race, Deacon. And on a track like Pastrami, which is reportedly, I think it is the most difficult track we have had this season, and supposedly one of the most difficult tracks we've had in all of the Supercross series on Halo tracks so far this year. This is going to be a battle. It's a must-win, really must-win for Zaya. And for Jabelston, he's got to do what he's got to do, Deacon.
Yeah, the easiest way to think about it is if Jab beats Zaya on track tonight, the championship is over. And even if Jab were to have a bad race, Zaya still has to put in a really good ride to potentially have any chance when it comes down to the season finale next week. As we just have 2 races to go. This is race 9 of 10. Your best 8 results count. We're about to get them lined up for heat race number 1 here at a track, again, called Pastrami, because it's a kind of a play on the Travis Pastrana layout from 2009. So we're going to get them lined up for the first heat race of the night, and we will see you in just a moment.
I've been all the cold see me. I've been in the world
Welcome to Heat Race number 1 here at Pastrami 2009. A replica layout of Travis Pastrana's classic Supercross track that had the double switchback berms that we saw Jason Lawrence, James Stewart, and the rest of the field railing. We'll see if anyone chooses that. You've got an interesting start here. As we see an unusual start in Halo, we got some ruts out of the gate here, and that's Derpzilla with the flaming helmet, who's going to get an excellent start there. Looks like Nike on the very inside chose to withhold a little bit there, and Derp is going to grab the whole shot and look to try to check out here in front of the field. We got newer racer Motion 12F up in second there in front of Dom, Nike, and Barry. So probably the two of the faster racers, or three of the fastest racers in Barry, Cat to be kidding me, and Squeezu in the back of the field here, and Derpzilla leads them onto lap 1. A mistake out of Barry, and your three fastest racers in the heat all the way at the back of the field. But this is going to be the section we want to watch all night long. You got to navigate this over under tabletop and then try to quad your way into the corner, which it looks like most of the racers are struggling with a bit here. Motion has made up a little bit of time on your leader Derp, but Derp is going to take the outside and the off camber, double off. Looks like moves from Nike up there into third as well, past Dom, and Kitty trying to bring Barry and Squeezu with him as well, Opix, as we get going here on Heat Race number 1 of the night.
It would be pretty crazy to say that we have Barry, Jake,
check out up in the lead. Nike with the 2-for-1 through the rhythm section. Goes 50-50 on the rut, though. Can Derp get the pass around the outside? They're going to be side by side. One takes the berm, one takes the inside. Derp speeds his way around the outside, just how that switchback section worked in real life. And look at this train we have of the top 5 as Derp still leads him onto lap number 3. Sorry to interrupt you there, Opix, but crazy action in the rhythm section right there. Cat to be kid the inside in the whoop section. Let's see who can navigate this tabletop and get the jump afterwards. Not many people. Looks like Squeezu's getting it the best, but kind of had to check up there as a bunch of your other racers were messing up that section. So different options in this lane here. You know, the whole field very close here, which maybe we expected on such a technical track, but Derp still up front. Not able to clear the section though, and Dom off the side of the track. So these guys all trying to figure it out here in Heat Race number 1. Nike up the inside of Derp one more time, trying to vie for this Heat Race win still.
Like I said, it's the most difficult track we've seen in the season, and all of these guys are finding out real quick. They're all just on top of each other. As Jake going with the move into one of that final turns on this course, he's going to take third.
With the move through the switchback berms right there, going to go up the inside in the whoops, trying to make this inside line in the whoops work. Not quite able to get the run that he wants, and Derp speeds around the outside and cuts left. He's going to take over the lead, but Kitty downsides the table, and up into the lead is Cat to be kidding me. He already has a few second place finishes so far this season. Could this be the night where we see Kitty get a main event victory, going to the inside and still clearing the off-camber double in that split section? Great move from now race leader up in the teal armor.
And Dom went down, and that was I believe, who is that? That is Nike and Barry that had to try to get around him.
Took a couple racers with him. So now your top 3 is Cat to be kidding me, Derpzilla, who barely holds on out of that rhythm section, and Squeezu has quietly made his way up into third, maybe up into second after this outside berm run is going to go up the inside. I like the way that section works for the racing right there. If you rail the first berm, you kind of got to go inside. Good side-by-side racing there. So the top 3 checking out, and then another group of 3 behind them. Dom leads Barry Barrows and Nike in that battle for 4th place.
Here comes Barry, though, on the inside going into the tabletop. Dom is going to OJ it. Barry's going to underjump it. They're both going to get hurt. Nike's going to get caught behind them. So realistically, all of them kind of messing that up, but no one really loses anything. That's Dom.
Over the back of the berm was Dom, and Barry and Nike both trying
spots.
Nike with the 2-for-1 there. Already seen some good moves from Nike. HT Supercross rookie. Look at his battle for second in the rhythm section. Both of those guys taking opposite lines. Going to be opposite through here. Derp gets the double around the outside across the start straight. Going to rail around that berm. Bogs a little bit there, but still has inside control here, and he's going to hold on to second. Cat to be kidding me is checking out right now with the Heat Race lead.
Right now, and it looks like 4th and 5th have gone away from sits. That is Dom that is now losing ground here to Nike and Barry. Still a long way to go as Barry comes up short on the start-finish jump. Not going to lose.
Yeah, Barry's got to be careful racing around a newer racer to the HT Supercross scene in Nike. Not to say that Nike's doing anything wrong, but maybe some unorthodox lines, some things that you wouldn't expect from some of the veterans. And so if you're the racer in 5th place right now, Barry Barrows, you got to be careful racing behind Nike, because he's going to maybe be doing some things that you're not expecting there. But great race out of Nike so far, holding on for fourth. Going to have to seat bounce this triple out, barely able to get it. Both these guys going inside. Got a really interesting split section right here. You kind of tap off of that one. These guys are doubling into the corner. Barry gets a little cleaner right there up the inside. Nike with a bit of a mistake, and Barry's going to lock down P4. But he has a mountainous journey ahead of him if he wants to get up to the podium spots.
Yep, well, but I mean, if you're Barry, it's not really imperative right now. You're still going to transfer no matter what. I mean, I don't even know if we're going to have an LCQ tonight as it stands, but, you probably just want to be in the top 5 just in case we get some late joiners here. That being said, Can't Be Kidding Me has got a lead and a half out there. Then in second, we have Derbzilla, who's having a great ride. And then we have Wes here in third. Squeeze, who looked like he was going to be one of the faster riders, actually, tonight. A lot of word on the street was Wes was looking very, very strong in practice. We will see how that pans out in the race. Currently holding on to third. Barry currently holding on to fourth. He's going to kind of split and cut inside on that, split section. And Nike's going to follow suit. They're fourth and fifth comfortably. And then we have a bit of a gap back to Dom in sixth and Motion in seventh. We're just trying to feel out the track. Again, it's a very difficult track. It's easily the most difficult we've had in this HTSX season, and one of the most difficult we've had in Halo Supercross this year as well. I mean, I
keep an eye on the battle for second. Squeezy trying to make his way around the outside with that quad. Actually got kind of caught up there on the back of Dirt, but has the faster line in the rhythm here. Going to go to the outside in the off camber. Almost rail grinding. We've seen Squeezy do that once before in the season already. A Blackrock trying to rail grind once again. This is not skate. This is HT Supercross. Squeezy, you gotta be careful there. God. Gets a little sketchy there as well. See how they split the lanes here. Derp jumping all the way over. Squeezu to the right side, able to double his way around the outside of Derp and into second. But that's probably as far as he's going to get as Cat to Be Kidding Me jumps over Motion as Motion goes a lap down. And I really like what I'm seeing out of Kitty here up in the teal armor in that cyan, in those cyan colors up front. He is really putting on a great heat race right now. He tends to be a racer that comes out to play for the more... Issues.
Barry's going for third on Derbzilla right now. Barry's got third.
Derp trying to fight back there for that third place spot. But like I was saying, when we see the more technical tracks, that seems to be when a racer like Cat to Be Kidding Me is really at his best, able to make use of that keyboard and mouse input that he uses there and do the same lines over and over and understanding what the goose is asking from him on these tracks. Meanwhile, like we were saying, Barry, after a questionable start, as well as Cat to Be Kidding Me and Squeezu, all these guys have now worked their way up into the top 3 as we would expect them to. Derbzilla still holds down fourth. And way further back is Nike, who holds down the last transfer spot in front of Dom and Motion.
Cat to Be Kidding Me did make a small mistake, actually, come off of the tabletop jump. It's not going to really affect him too much, as he still has, a two section lead over Wes here. But again, Wes, I was saying it, one of the faster riders in practice, looked like he could have a really strong night, and with a second place in this heat, it is looking like he's off to a very good start. And same with Derbzilla having a very strong run here he was having a strong run, but still Barry in third, and Derbzilla with a strong run in fourth now. Everybody's pretty spread apart here, and this is, as we see, who's that? That's Motion going off in front of Barry. Deegan, like I said, when you have technical tracks like this, I think we tend to see a little bit more spread out because everybody's just trying to figure everything out, and it's you see the skill gap in the field a lot more. We've had races and we've had a lot of tracks that were more battle heavy. I don't know if we're going to have that as much tonight. This is a real test of rider skill, rider ability, and quite frankly...
Cat to Be Kidding Me off this back of the berm right there. Speaking of test of skill, and don't look now, but Squeezu has made up a lot of time on the past couple of laps. We're only going to 11, so your leader has the white flag right now, but I like what I'm seeing out of Squeezu. Remember, all three of our top 3, Cat to Be Kidding Me, Squeezu, and Barry in this heat race, started at the back of the pack and had to work their way through. Derbzilla still holds down 4th, and no change in the final transfer spot as Nike holds down 5th with about a section lead over Dom P2 111, but 2 corners to go for your leader. Cat to Be Kidding Me railing his way around these berms. 1 right-hander to go, and he is heat race winner here. Heat race number 1, 5:45.366 is the finishing time right there. We'll get that noted so we know who has the faster heat race. So Cat to Be Kidding Me with... Let's double check the stats on this, actually. Cat to Be Kidding Me, that is his 3rd heat race victory of this HT Supercross next season. Squeezy with a good recovery ride, as well as Barry. That's your podium. Derbzilla holds down 4th. And Coming around with 2 corners to go, Nike with a nice top 5 right here. I'm not sure if we'll have an LCQ quite yet with the way that the amount of racers who signed up. We're still trying to figure that out. But if there is an LCQ, Nike won't have to worry about it because he is your last direct transfer in front of Dom and Motion. That is heat race number 1 here. Kind of got a chance to see what the track looks like, how it's going to race, and how difficult it is going to be for these guys. We're going to see your championship rivals, Jabelston and Zaya, duke it out for the Heat Race 2 victory, and we'll see if anyone else can sneak in there. So we'll line it up for Heat Race number 2, and we'll join you again in just a few minutes. Here we are, lined up for the second heat race of the night, and this is our first chance to get a look at the championship battle. Jabelston and Zaya, P1, P2 in points. Lined up, actually, yeah, no, that would be right. We are missing D-Mills NY, unfortunately, so his championship hopes unfortunately thwarted here in race number 9. We already saw in our setup here for the heat race, Jabelston and Zaya sizing each other up, but a good start in between those guys is Coop Boop vying for the whole shot, but it's going to go to Zaya, current P2 in point. Spider trying to make his way up. Everyone's sketchy through the rhythm section right here. Vulcan up the inside. Spider cuts back to his inside as well. 4 wide here into the switchback berms. We got Chosen in the blue armor bringing up the rear of this pack, but Zaya up front. Jabelston rails his way around the berm up into P2, and here's the preview for the main event championship fight. P3 and P4, Coop and Spider both went down on the finish line jump, but we want to watch this fight up front because Zaya and Jab are about to duke it out for 8 minutes plus 1 lap in heat race number 2, and this could be a preview of things to come later on in the night.
It's a practice race here for Zaya and Jabelston. They're going to be sizing each other up through this whole heat race. It doesn't count yet, but you'll certainly be able to see who has the pace advantage potentially, as Zaya currently pulling out a little bit over Jab. Jab trying to use that outside line, trying to gain a little bit more momentum, and I think it's going to work as Zaya messing up that inside line.
A mistake from Zaya up front.
There you
Goes
go.
50-50 on the rut, and just like that, Jab after greasing the outside in that rhythm section. Thanks, Travis Pastrana, for the design. Thanks, Eddie, for executing it here in Halo, and Jab up front is counting his blessings as well. Didn't even have to make the pass, able to get up front. So can he pull away now from Zaya, or will Zaya be able to fight back immediately and apply the pressure? Oh, over the tabletop there's Zaya with a better run around the outside, not quite able to get the quad. Both these guys making mistakes, and Vulcan and Spider are right there ready to pounce as well. Zaya around the outside. Here comes this off camber. They're both trying to navigate it. Jab held the position, had control of the inside there. Zaya unfortunately had to kind of let off in case the jump off of the off camber there. Vulcan and Spider still keeping these guys honest. They got to make sure they're not battling too hard here, but no fear of missing out on the main event. Looks like we're not going to have an LCQ this week. It'll be the first race of the season without an LCQ, so unfortunately we couldn't go the whole season going LCQs, but it is Cinco de Mayo after all. It's kind of a holiday, and the championship for a lot of these guys is already all but decided, but it is not decided for the most important position, and that is the winner of the championship, and that is trying to be decided right now between Jab and Zaya up front. A mistake from Zaya on the over-under once again, and Vulcan goes down through the front door, endoed, cased it. There's a little lip on the exit on the downside of that tabletop. It's a little bit higher than the landing, so these guys got to be really accurate where they're placed in the front end and the back end of the goose there. Spider Case quietly putting in some really solid laps. I kind of anticipated him to be third in this heat race when I saw the lineup, and he's doing just that. And Zaya trying to creep back up to Jab. I thought he was going to have his own endo adventure right there. Utilizing that inside line, though, he's not going to be able to make the pass because he's got to single his way, a little steep single on the inside there to make sure that the inside isn't overpowered, but Zaya definitely applying the pressure, and Jab is going to be hearing that mongoose behind him.
Yep, this again, they're sizing each other up. I think Zaya might have a slight pace advantage, but Zaya has also made more mistakes in this heat. Will this transfer over into the main event? We'll see. And well, there it is. Zaya comes up short on the tabletop. That's going to give Jabelston a bit more of an advantage. Spider hanging on to third, having a very strong ride here in third. Anyway, back to the lead 2 here as Jabelston and Zaya's closing up again. I'm just going to stop. How many commentators' curses have I had in this season? Can someone count? Can someone actually count?
For all of us.
God damn it.
Yeah, again with these mistakes, and this is a really frustrating position to be in if you're the rider in second there in the white armor with the recon helmet. If you are Zaya, you know that you have a little bit of pace advantage, that you can find some spots on the track to make up time, but then the mistakes just take you out of it, and you got to work twice as hard to get back up. That can be a frustrating place mentally, but if you're Jab right now, you got to be feeling pretty solid about where you're at, hitting all your lines, hitting your marks, getting that quad into the corner right there, a little bit cleaner than Zaya. So Jab maybe not so worried about the pace. All he has to do in this event come main event time is finish ahead of Zaya, and he is putting that into practice right now in heat race number 2.
Yep, realistically, I mean, mathematically, a Jab win clinches it, and then really pretty much most scenarios where Jab finishes ahead of Zaya is going to clinch it for Jab as well. For Zaya, all the pressure is on him. He's pretty much in a must-win situation, realistically, in order to keep this championship alive. So, do you think Zaya already is feeling the pressure? Again, it's one spot in the heat, but it's two spots in terms of gate pick, and we'll see if this ends up being the faster heat. The first heat, of course, was a 5:45.366 put down by Cats Be Kidding Me. We'll see if Jabelson's able to beat that, assuming he wins. I don't know if Zaya's going to be able to beat that, considering that he once again comes up a little short on the tabletop. He might have, again, pace advantage if he gets it clean, but he has not been able to get it clean throughout this race.
We got a battle for third right now. Vulcan made his way back around Spider Case in the first rhythm section, was able to grease the left side there in the split and get back up into the podium spot here in heat race number 2. But now Spider applying the pressure once again, choosing to go outside here, avoiding that jump off of the off camber. It's not going to be as fast, unfortunately, but a safer option. Meanwhile, up front, not much difference. I think Zaya has a faster lap time going right now on this lap, but again, with the mistakes, he has an especially hard time clearing that over-under tabletop, and it looks like Jab, even though his overall lap time might be a little bit slower, all things considered, is still keeping that exact pace that he's looking for, but not on this lap, as both of these guys are going to case a little bit right there. Zaya got to check up to do the triple single into the corner, so Jab and Zaya trading mistakes at the front of the field here, and they have checked out from Vulcan and Spider, who are battling it out for P3.
And Vulcan, again, I've always seen Vulcan as, Supercross is a bit of a strong suit for him in the past couple of years, and he's showing it. He's having a great race right now, but Spider keeping him honest in third, battling. Again, it's two spots in terms of the gate pick as Spider comes up a little short on that little transfer section, and Vulcan's going to pull away. Meanwhile, back to the lead. The gap really stabilizing between Jabelson and Zaya by about 2.5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds at this point. Jabelson more consistent, but again, Zaya, he keeps making up time, then he slips up and makes a mistake. If he can clean this up, I think Zaya absolutely has the chance to win this race, and he can absolutely keep this championship fight alive. Cats Be Kidding Me is going to have something to say about it. He might be playing a spoiler, as he's now looking to have the inside track to get third in the championship. He certainly wants to get a win this season. We are probably going to be going to 11 again, I would have to assume, and Jabelson, just keep it consistent. He will be one step closer to clinching this championship tonight here at Pastrami.
Yeah, Jabelston has 5 heat race victories on the season, trying to make it 6, but that is not going to help his cause right there. As he cases the outside of the rhythm section, he's going to be able to speed around the outside here. Will he rail the berm back up into first place? Actually made a mistake. I think he wasn't sure if Zaya was going to race him hard into the corner right there and kind of backed off, didn't want to rail his way around and get taken off the berm. So Jab playing it safe. He knows he has a comfortable points gap right now. He has 175 on the leaderboard to Zaya's 157. Zaya is going to be able to make up more points by the end of this event just because of the way the drop race system works, and Zaya now up into the lead. But Jab, if you're Jab right now, it's not the end of the world. You're now able to kind of see what Zaya's doing on track. Another little mistake from Jab right there, but he still has him in his sights. So even if you don't get the heat race victory right here, it's really not the end of the world. And even if Zaya were to win this race, if you're Jab and you're able to finish second, your championship hopes are looking pretty strong. Jab resorting to the inside in the rhythm section right there, I think trying to learn a little bit from your now race leader, Zaya. These guys are going to be very close to whether they get the white flag or not right here as Zaya swings it wide. They are not going to get the white flag. 2 to go. I think Zaya swung it wide to try to get the white flag, and in doing so, case the finish line jump. So not worth the risk right there if you're the racer in white. So now he's got to put on a charge one more time as Jab almost goes over the back of the berm there, casing the quad into the corner.
Just not really knowing the situation, not having the awareness, maybe thought probably just got too cute. But if he doesn't slow down, this is now going to be the faster heat. Whoever wins this heat is going to have first gate selection. Now, can Zaya recover from that mistake? Is Jabelston a little bit slow getting into the outside section? Zaya neck and neck.
I like that both of your leaders right now are opting for different lines through that first rhythm. You can really see how the different rhythms play out. Look at this, switching it back one more time. Zaya up the inside. Jab chose to swing it wide, side by side, into the white flag right here. And Zaya cases once again. Feels like Ken Roxon versus Ryan Dungey that one year in Indianapolis, where Ken Roxon would keep making up the time and then casing the finish line jump. And now Jab up into the lead again. Just want to make a quick correction. Because these guys are doing an extra lap, that all but guarantees that Cat to Be Kidding Me's heat is actually fast. So the racer in the teal armor is going to have the best gate selection come main event time. But Jab looks like he is going to get his 6th heat race victory of the season if he can hold it on for 1/2 of a lap here.
Well, we'll get to that. Javelson
Oh,
coming
right,
around.
because they got
I don't know
there
if you
sooner. Math is hard. All right.
math is in fact hard. In fact, here
All
comes
right, so
Jabs to win the
Javelston
heat.
is going to take the white flag and have the faster heat. There we go. The
Hey,
heat
yeah,
still
by
shows
about
that
510
shows
seconds.
by 500 seconds. Congratulations, Jab. So Jab takes the heat race victory. Zaya in second. A huge gap back to Vulcan, who is putting on an
Very
impressive
good
ride,
ride for
racing
Vulcan.
out of the UK there in the pink armor. He's going to pick up his best heat race finish of his career, I believe. Spider Case in fourth, and Coop Boop quietly has made up a pretty good amount of time on Spider there from the fifth place spot, which means Chosen will take sixth place in this heat. So we'll wait for those guys to finish up. Any analysis that you saw on track there between the championship competitors, Opix?
Well, this track is difficult. It is difficult even for like HTSX and Jive standards for even the top guys or the tryhards or the aliens as you want to call them. So for these next drivers, it's certainly going to be difficult. Javelston's certainly very experienced, certainly very capable at these types of tracks, but again, both very, very prone to mistakes, and this race is going to be about survival, and I cannot wait to see, with the pressure of the championship in the balance, how it's going to all play out.
Yeah, it makes sense thinking about it now, because in heat race number one, Cat to be kidding me, we saw him almost in last place, have to make his way all the way up. So not such a surpriser there that the heat race that just happened, heat race number two by Javelston, is going to be the faster heat. Not sure by how much yet. We'll have to pull those end game stats and we'll give you the update on that. But there won't be an LCQ, as we only have, I believe that'll be 13 racers of our potential 14-man main event. So yep, it was one
we're
more.
Just jumping right into it.
It was one more lap extra there in heat race number two, which tells us that they got to that white flag, or they got to the two to go a little bit sooner. The time ran out quicker on heat race number one. So Jab is going to have the first heat race ahead of his buddy and rival on track, Cat to be kidding me. Zaya is going to have the third gate selection, and then Squeezoo, who got second in heat race number one. We will line it up for the main event. No LCQ this week, which means we're jumping right into the points paying action, and we will see you in the main event in just a few minutes.
Okay.
It is main event time here. Race number 9, Pastrami, forged by Popular, a remake of Travis Pastrana's 2009 Supercross layout. We have a championship scenario. If Jabelston finishes on track ahead of Zaya, the championship is clinched. Zaya doesn't have to win, but if Jab can finish in the top 4 or top 5, I forget exactly, it's going to be close. Pretty much Zaya needs to win out from here to have a chance at it. Who will take victory here in race number 9? Jabelston and Cat, to be kidding me, were your heat race winners. It looks like they're fighting for the whole shot. Up the inside, Barry flies over the top of the column, and Jab gets the whole shot in front of his championship rival Zaya. Cat, to be kidding me, is on the inside, and the top 3 fastest racers in this race have the top 3 podium spots already. Derpzilla trying to make his way around the outside of Coop Boop for the 4th place spot. Motion has a good start there from 5th. And it's the fight that we were looking for. Jabelston, Zaya, and Cat, to be kidding me, looking to play spoiler into this over-under for the first time.
You have a couple people casing the finish line jump. It is Motion. It's Coop Boop. I'm sorry, Coop Boop, that has currently gotten 4th place. A great start for him. But these are the 3 that we've been watching all night. These are the 3 that are the contenders for this race. And the top 2, they are the contenders for the championship. Jabelston with a win tonight clinches the championship. Zaya with a win keeps the championship going into race 10.
Splitting the lanes. Zaya up the inside. He's doubling his way through while Jab gets this triple out. A nice line from Zaya. Jab comes up a little bit short. Can he double his way around the outside? Going to be side by side. Trying to hold it on. Jab around the outside. Is going to have inside control here. Zaya rails around the berm. Jab bringing him all the way to the edge of the track there, side by side over the finish line jump. Jab still holds it on. Zaya attempting the block pass there up the inside, has a little bit of a better run in the whoops. Who's going to keep it patient here over the over-under? They both do. They're both going to clear the quad, still side by side, and Zaya finally locks down P1, but a little mistake right there, and he takes Jab with him. Jab's going to be off the goose, and a 2-for-1 is Kitty up the inside, but Zaya comes back up the inside. They're all floundering as we go under the over-under right here, and that's bringing the rest of the field back up. Kitty just puts Zaya off the track, was not happy with that move, and Cat, to be kidding me, from out of California moves up into the lead, but he's now going to be side by side with Jabelston. Coop Boop moves up into 3rd, his best race of the season so far, and Jake goes down. Kitty off the side of the track, and just like that, Jab is back up in the lead.
Just absolute carnage through that, and Jake getting in the middle of that. Absolutely.
Kitty off the back of the berm was trying to rail his way around Squeezu, and Squeezu was not having it. So just like that, in one lap, Kitty goes from a double pass into the lead to out of the top 5. Jabelston, Coop Boop, and Zaya is your top 3. Squeezu and Dom are your top 5. And Zaya with another mistake there, and he's taking Squeezu with him, so that's bringing Kitty back into the race as well, and Kitty is going to be fired up after last lap's events, already getting up to the back of Squeezu right here on this off-camber, and Jab has a pretty solid lead right now. Coop Boop is up in 2nd.
And Zaya, it's a crazy start. He's got to lock in here. He's got to get by Coop here, who's having a great... all right. Add that one to
honestly,
the
not
first.
that bad of a crash, and Dom is getting sketchy in there as well. Both of these guys a little bit newer to the Supercross scene here in Halo. Kitty's trying to make his way. Can he get a 2-for-1 around the outside this time? Carries the momentum into the corner. Squeezu tries to cut down, but Kitty, just like that, up in the top 5 again into 4th. So is Jake done with this win yet, or can he get fired up here and spend the next 17 minutes trying to chase down your points leader, Jabelston? Meanwhile, Zaya is still having a hard time with that over-under, and Coop is applying all the pressure there from 3rd.
Coop Boop is having a fantastic race so far in 3rd place here. And again, if you're Zaya, if he gets it consistent, we've been saying it, he might have the faster lap times, and he's got a lot of time. As over
the back of the berm. Yeah, over the back of the berm was Coop. It honestly looked kind of weird. I wasn't sure if it was a lag situation or not, but he's going to lose multiple spots there. Let's look out here at the first rhythm section because Zaya's moved up into 2nd, and we got a battle between Cat, to be kidding me, and
Cat's
Squeezu.
got 3rd now.
1st and 2nd in both heat races occupy the top 4 Opics.
Yep, and again, if you're a Cat, you could have something to say about this championship battle. If you're Zaya, now you got to look behind you as well as try to charge forward. You have to run qualifying laps if you're Zaya, and again, you've been making these mistakes, but you just got to figure it out now, or else Jab is going to have this championship.
And Zaya's down again on the over/under. Squeezu might have
recovery,
a 2-for-1 lined up here, trying to go around the outside. Kitty let off to try to, yep, Zaya losing
And
2
Zaya,
spots here. Can Kitty make his way around the outside?
yep.
This is the worst situation you could ask for if you're Zaya trying to fight to keep your way to stay in this championship right now. You were up there, you had the lead for a brief moment, and then a little bit too of an aggressive move on Cat to Be Kidding Me. Kitty was not having it, put him a little bit over the berm, and it's been chaos ever since. These guys still trying to get it sorted. Quietly, Barry Barrows has snuck up into the P5 spot as Jab is already getting up to Motion 12F to put him a lap down. But Squeezu is now in second. Could this be a podium race for the first time for Squeezu? Meanwhile, Zaya and Cat to Be Kidding Me, these guys have already seen action on track between each other. So far, the California versus California West Coast duel right here. Who can get the quad into the corner cleaner? Looks like they both come up a little bit short right there, but neither of them as short as Barry Barrows behind. So Jab right now holds down the lead, and he's got a buffer with lap traffic between him and the battle for P2.
All Javelson needs to do is run clean laps, be consistent, be smooth. He doesn't have to charge too hard. That being said, he does make a
That's not the consistency that we're looking for right there. Little mistake. Motion trying to make sure that he doesn't impede the rest of the front runners right here. Squeezu makes his way around. I don't know. This could be a legendary ride from Squeezu if he can keep putting in solid laps, and if Jab has a couple more of those mistakes, this race win might not be out of the question for the racer in the brown armor.
No, absolutely not. Zaya having a little bit of trouble getting by Motion. That's going to allow Cat to get back up to his bumper here, but Zaya holding on to third here.
This has been the part of the track all day that Zaya has struggled with. He comes up short again. Kitty not quite going to go for the move yet. Didn't have the run. Squeezu makes a mistake in the rhythm. So just like that, 2, 3, and 4 all within the sound radar of each other. And not a huge gap back to Barry Barrows, who occupies 5th, but he's got Motion to get by here, the lapped racer.
Looking at Wes, holding on to second here. We said it. Wes looked like he was going to be really strong here in practice. He might have a chance at this win. Zaya is still trying to charge through. He's catching Wes really quick. Still a long time to go. 13:40 to go. If Zaya can absolutely nail the laps, if Jam makes another mistake, it's not over yet for this championship. There's still a long way to go, especially on a track like this.
Cat to Be Kidding Me just went for an absolute ride at the end of that rhythm section. Didn't go down and didn't flip off the goose, but got the front end super high on the triple out there. So he's lost quite a significant time to the battle up here between Squeezu and Zaya. Squeezu takes Zaya with him, and those guys weren't that far off of Jab at that point, so that is a huge mistake from Squeezu right there. Zaya going to triple his way around the outside right here, up into P2, but gets a little overexcited and bogs in the corner. Just like that, Cat to Be Kidding Me is challenging for third, and he gets up into the podium spot.
And these guys, if they want to win this race, they have to figure out how to stop battling and conking each other here. Javelson Loki has not been perfect this race. He's been making mistakes. That gap has not really grown. So, again, a long time to go here. And Javelson still got a bit of a section and a half lead. But that could change in a hurry on this track as here comes
Kitty railing around the outside, but Squeezu now railing around the subsequent outside, and they're going to be more or less side by side into the finish here, but Squeezu tucks in line so that he can get the good whoop run here off of the berm. Barry Barrows with a solid ride in 5th. He's slowly making his way closer and closer to that P2 fight. So here's the gap. Here's what it's set up right now. Zaya has to get up to Javelson in first to keep the championship alive. If it were to end right now, Javelson would be your inaugural HT Supercross Next champion. Zaya is trying to do everything in his power to get up to the racer in green to make sure that doesn't happen, but he has all the pressure in the world right now from his California rival, Cat to Be Kidding Me, in third.
I want to shout out Dom and Coop right now. Dom currently in 6th position right now, and Coop, after having a good start, a bit of conkiness, still holding on to 7th. Very good rides for the both of them. We'll watch the battle for second here. It is Zaya holding on to second. He needs to put in these qualifying laps now. Javelson just needs to be consistent. I'll tell you what, the gap is getting smaller. Javelson is not running perfect laps either, and Zaya is slowly catching, and there's a long way to go.
It could be a blessing in disguise if you're the racer in second. Zaya, as he definitely has made up time on Jab in the last lap and a half, that little mistake right there isn't going to help out. But if you have maybe the fastest racer on track in Cat to Be Kidding Me, and you've already had an interaction with him on track so far in this main event, this could be exactly what you need to kind of take the focus and the pressure off of what you're trying to do and just keep racing forward. As you have Cat to Be Kidding Me taking this outside, he's going to get the triple into the corner, going outside in this split section so that he can carry the momentum across the start straight. Outside in this berm, carries a ton of speed around that first one, and then to the inside. I like that line from Cat to Be Kidding Me there in the blue, kind of the cyan teal armor, and Zaya trying to do everything in his power. This race not even halfway done yet, though, so there is still so much time and potentially so much lap traffic to deal with for the leaders.
He came up short again on the tabletop, and that's going to allow Cat to be kidding me to try to challenge for second, trying to go through this rhythm section into the split rock section.
Kitty
Zaya's going to be able to
inside,
defend
can't
it.
really go inside there. Oh, mistake. Zaya going swapping side by side, able to save it. Didn't go over the back of the berm, but now Kitty set up on the inside. They're going to split the lanes here. Zaya has preferred the outside, or the inside, I should say. I don't know if he knows how to take this line, and he messes it up right there. I'm just going to say I've really only seen him be practiced on that inside split there. So Kitty forced him to the outside and up into P2. So this is only helping Jabbleston, who is trying to put Chosen a lap down in the blue armor as they head through the whoop section right there. Cat to be kidding me might not be done with this race win yet, but it won't matter for the championship. All Jab has to do is stay in front of Zaya in third.
Yep, I mean, Jabbleston, he can breathe a little bit here, and all the pressure's on Zaya right now. And this is a rider, again, has the raw pace to beat anybody, but he's also been making more mistakes than a lot of riders in this field, and that has been costing him big time. And it might cost him again here. We've been saying it all night. It's the more consistent and experienced guy, as we see Jallison make a little bit of a mistake as well through that back rhythm section, as he's going to be looking to put motion down a lap here. Could Cat be kidding me, though?
You see in the right, oh my gosh, up front, Motion just hit the tough block and almost took Jab out in the lead there. Got to be careful getting around the lap traffic here, as Kitty is now going to be trying to get around Motion up the inside in this berm, and Motion wisely goes off the side of the track there. Got to be careful that you don't come on in front of Zaya right there. That could be treacherous. So Barry and Squeezu have gotten a little bit closer to each other, and Jabbleston is getting closer and closer to this three-way fight between Vulcan, Derpzilla, and Nike, as Derp off the side of the berm there, so he's going to be slow in the rhythm section. And Jab's got to be aware of that, seeing that these guys are battling up front. Got to be so careful to not get taken out. That could be a race win just totally down the drain if you get taken out by a lapped racer. We've seen it happen on multiple occasions in our mainline HT Supercross series. I think Jake had a mistake there from second, and now Zaya up the inside. Can he hold it into the next corner? Kitty's been railing around this corner. Oh, doesn't do it this time. Definitely could have. Kind of puts himself in a precarious position there. Not the move that Jake was looking for there, Cat, to be kidding me. So Zaya back up in a second, but he has such a gap between himself and the leader out front, Jabbleston. Can he use the next 8 minutes and put in the ride of his life to keep the championship alive? And maybe lappers will help him out in the process.
Yep, Jabbleston's main concern now is getting through lappers. His next driver to deal with here will be Nike. Will Nike move out of the way easy? Will he not? Who knows? He's also battling with Vulcan for position. These two battling for position. Jabbleston's going to have to be mindful of that. That will be Derpzilla behind him. Yeah, again, the skill gap on this track is making it so we're going to see, a wider delta in terms of lap times between these guys. That means you're going to have to deal with lappers, as Jabbleston almost had to kind of avoid Nike going to the corner there. They're going to go neck and neck through the whoops here. Nike took that corner a bit slow, and Jabbleston almost ran to the back. He's going to come up short on this tabletop as a result. And here comes Zaya now with pretty much clean track in front of him. And once again, this gap between Jab and Zaya is closing.
Yeah, that gap is coming down. That definitely helped out Zaya. The fact that Jab had to kind of go for the block pass on Nike there. If Zaya can make it around Derp and Nike clean, that will be a huge advantage for him within about 4 seconds now on track, but 2 lappers in between them, and they're all going to the inside here. So if you're Zaya, you have to be so careful that you don't run into the back of a lapper here making a mistake or make a mistake of your own. These guys still battling on track themselves. Nike goes down, goes 50-50 off the side of the track right there. Derp should be getting the blue flag, as well as Vulcan for your leader. Jab trying to get to the right side of the UK racer there. Vulcan lets off, tucks in behind Jabbleston. Good move from him. Oh, no, Zaya went down on the finish line. That is a huge mistake out of P2. He was making up so much time on that lap, but I don't know if he bogged. I don't know if maybe Derpzilla had an impact on what just happened right there.
Yeah, Derp.
And now trying to get around these guys once again.
He's still not.
Derp is still kind of in the way there. It was finally able to get to the side there, and Zaya makes his way around the outside. Nike in the way of Cat to be kidding me, and Barry Barrows is in contention for a podium spot right here because he is all over Cat to be kidding me there from P3, as those guys are still trying to get around Nike and the lap. Zaya just went down again in the rhythm section trying to get up past Vulcan. I don't think that had to do with any of the lappers. I think that was his own mistake. And now a huge gap in one lap that we just saw. Such a huge change in the momentum of the race with 6 minutes plus a lap to go. Jab has everything on the table right here to become HT Supercross Next champion.
Yep, and it is. I can't even count how many seconds it is. Zaya trying to get by Vulcan here. It's, I don't know, like 8, 9 seconds at this point. He comes up short again, and God, I thought that Derbzilla almost landed on top of him.
Yeah, if you're saying that you lost
is,
so much time there, like you
yeah,
don't, it's too, you can't really say anything. It's racing, anything can happen. But I think that lap 17 that we just saw could have been the deciding factor in this one because Zaya just lost so much time.
yeah, and if you're Zaya, I mean, if you're Zaya, you just keep riding, and you never know what might happen. Because again, lap drivers have absolutely been a factor in this race, and Javison's gonna have to still deal with them. He's gonna have to deal with plenty of them. We still have 5 minutes plus a lap to go. The next person in Javison's, sorry, English is hard. The next rider in front of Javison here is Spider. And Spider, you would think, should be able to get out of the way pretty easily here. Let's just see motion in the background there. Spider,
I believe, let's kind of get a rundown here so that way we can help the people that are watching, because there's so many lap racers on track. We don't have, we don't have anything on screen yet to tell us exactly what positions that these guys are in, as Jab has two lappers in front of him that themselves are on different laps, and Jab makes a huge mistake right there. And that is why that lap 17 was so important, because if Zaya wouldn't have had those mistakes, he would have been all over the back of Jab right now. But Jab has such a buffer, he can afford a couple of those mistakes. So it's Jab right now in the lead. We say a huge mistake out of Cat to be kidding me. He's going to surrender third place to Barry Barrows. So Jabelston in first. We have Zaya in second. That is your championship duel. Zaya has to pass Jabelston to keep the championship alive. Barry Barrows in third. Cat to be kidding me fourth. And Squeezoo fifth. All those guys on the same section of track with each other. So 3, 4, and 5. Very close here. It is not over for that podium spot. I believe sixth place at that point would be all the way back to Coop Boop, who is entering the first rhythm section right now. So a strong ride from Coop still on the lead lap. I'm pretty sure Spider Case is going to be seventh, and those are the only riders still on the lead lap here. Very quiet. This thing is not over yet, Optics, because there's a lap racer between motion, but Zaya is within striking distance now. If he can keep it clean, Jab is going to be feeling the pressure. So we got the top 7. After that, it is a crapshoot about what the positions are. We'll have to wait till this one is over to see it. But Barry Barrows up into third place right now, and this could be his second podium of the season. Zaya is working hard to get around motion right now through the whoop section, and then he'll have clean track between him and his championship rival Jab, but he's got to be perfect from here on out.
Yep, and he's through. There is no more lappers in front of Javelston. Javelston's going to have to get past Spider Case next. And low-key, Spider is kind of holding position. He's not really losing too much ground to Jab. Checking the gap here between these.
There's a crazy battle happening right now for P3 on track as well.
Oh my God.
All these guys trying to get around Dom. Barry and Squeezoo jump to the inside. That's the battle for third between Barry and Kitty. They both go inside. Squeezoo might get a 2-for-1 into the podium spot right here. He's going to jump to the outside, go back inside. Dom is lagging on the outside. And just like that, Squeezoo has moved into the podium spot here at race number 9.
It is just chaotic. It is here at round 9 here at Pastrami.
We were talking about it in the Discord chat. Could this be the track that Squeezoo gets his first ever Supercross podium? Cat to be kidding me, and Barry still right there with 2.5 minutes plus a lap to go. So it's definitely not over, and it's also not over between your leaders, because Zaya is putting on an end of race charge right now for the ages, trying to get closer and closer to Jab, who still has more lap traffic. That's going to be P6 and P7. I can't believe I said it, in front of him. Going to the outside here in the rhythm section, choosing to go outside and double over. He's got two of these guys. These guys are battling for a top 6. They're battling. Coop is battling for his best finish ever in HT Supercross history, and he's going to get lapped on track.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've been saying it. The skill delta, the lap time delta between all the riders in this field, it's much larger than you see.
Motion still with this battle for third. Squeezoo around the outside. Barry Barrows and Cat to be kidding me, both trying to make their way around motion. It looks like they're finally able to do it. Up front, Jab trying to get around.
Yeah, this gap is very, very close now.
For the lead, if Jab might have made a mistake going into the quad there, Spider's got to be careful that he's not impeding Zaya now, who's got to get around him in the rhythm section. He's going to get his preferred line up the inside. There is nothing in it between first and second. Zaya is on the sound radar. Slowly but surely, he's made his way back up after about a 10-second gap between Jabelson and Zaya, and now there is nothing in it with a minute plus 1 lap to go, and they have to get around Coop Boop here into the final corner. Is he going to impact the battle? Side by side, they both get around him. There's everything to play for right here. Zaya trying to keep the championship alive with a minute plus a lap to go up the inside on the over-under, but he cases it, and he falls with the save, though. A huge save right there. Didn't lose a whole lot of time, only lost about a half of a second there. Can Zaya put in one more charge here, Opix?
Yes, he can. There's enough time for it. Everybody take a breath, pull those belts tight. It is go time now. It has been an absolutely chaotic race, and Zaya's going to have one chance to save this championship battle. Jab will probably still get second.
Jab a mistake. Zaya mistake. They did the same mistake, doubling through the section. Zaya actually gets pushed forward a little bit right there from Coop, who ran into the back of him, so he saves a little bit of time. Jab's not going to get the white flag. It's going to be 2 to go, and that is huge for Zaya in second.
He's not going to let up for it either. Oh, no, he definitely wasn't letting up. So it is 2 laps to go. We are going to 26. It shows up on your UI in the game. 2 laps to decide if this championship goes on.
Zaya gets the quad clean. He's right on the back of Jab. This is the battle for the championship. All the pressure in the world on these guys. Zaya makes a mistake in the rhythm section. You cannot afford that. But Jab makes a mistake trying to jump off the off camber, and Zaya's right back on him. These guys, the hands are shaking. The hands are sweaty. It's deciding a championship right here. Zaya, another mistake in the rhythm section. Squeezu just crashed out of third, but Barry and Cat to Be Kidding Me are not close enough to take advantage, so this is the fight on track right here. Zaya chose to go outside right there, hits the pole a little bit and bogs, and now Jab has a little bit of a buffer. Can he keep it clean for one more lap? If you can, the racer out of Indiana will match the college football Hoosiers and be a champion, but he's got 1 lap to go and 1 lapped racer chosen in front of him.
Yep, Chosen's going to be the last guy, and he's going to very quickly step out of the way, so it is going to be clean track for Jabelson.
Zaya overjumped the over-under. Coop is to the inside right there. That could be the moment right here in the championship if Jab can keep it clean. He runs into
Jabelson hits the canister. Dude, it is pressure.
Gosh. He's so nervous trying to get his first HT Supercross championship. Can he make it 6 wins on the season? Wait, would that even be right? No, 5.
No, it'd be 5, but it doesn't matter. He's only got a couple sessions to go.
He just has to hold it on. 2 more corners to go. Jabelson, it looks like he's going to make it happen. The Hoosier out of Indiana rails around the berm. You have 1 corner to go. Jabelson is an HT Supercross champion.
Oh, my God.
Zaya, with an incredible effort, tried to keep it close, was right on him with 2 to go. All the pressure in the world between these 2 incredible competitors, but it is Jabelson holding on for the victory. It's going to be Squeezu crossing the line for his first ever HT Supercross podium in front of Barry Barrows and Cat to Be Kidding Me, who could have had the race win if things played out differently in this one. What an incredible race.
The wrong line.
Oh my goodness. Jabelson, Zaya, Squeezu, your podium here at Pastrami with Barry Barrows and Cat to Be Kidding Me. And those are the only racers on the lead lap. Coop Boop in 6th in front of Spider. What a race from Coop. Let's shout out Coop. A new racer to HT Supercross. This is his first full season in a Supercross competitive environment and a top 6 here at the most technical track of the season in front of Spider, who's been really improving his craft. Vulcan there in 8th in front of Dom. Nike with a good run in front of Derpzilla, Chosen, and Motion 12F. But Jabelson is the inaugural HT Supercross Next champion, taking his 5th out of 9 wins, his 5th race win of the season out of 9 possible races. He won the first 4, was off the podium for the next 2, finally got the groove back going at Arturia, got a 2nd place last week, and was able to take the championship in dominating fashion here with a win at race number 9, Opix.
And breathe. Absolute cinema, as we're seeing it in the Discord chat right now. That was a crazy race. People were talking about it. Lap drivers were going to be a factor on a track like this where it's so technical and it's such a short lap around here. And we saw it. These riders were going through the gauntlet trying to survive it. And then at the end, when they were both just right next to each other, the effect that the pressure had on them, you saw them both making mistakes. It was just a matter of who was going to make less mistakes, who was going to be able to survive. And that was Jab, who's going to get his 5th win on the season, and he will lock up your inaugural HT Supercross Next championship here at Pastrami SX.
What a race there. What a main event. So many twists and turns. It was the 3-rider battle between Cat to be Kitty, Zaya, and Jab at the beginning. Then Jab had such a huge gap, and mistake after mistake. Zaya finally got his line down, was able to close the gap in with 2 to go. They were right on top of each other with lap traffic. And then Zaya with finally has his own mistakes on the final 2 laps. Jab is able to pull out just a little bit from P2 and take the race victory. What a main event right there. We will hear from your podium finishers, which will include our first interview with Squeezu, his first ever podium in HT Supercross competition. We'll hear from your podium finishers in just a moment.
I'm retiring.
We're back here on the podium, race number 9, Pastrami, a track that was taking names. The top 5 on track, the only racers on the lead lap, which included first-time podium finisher in HT Supercross, Squeezu. Squeezu, your best race of the season on the most technical track, and it didn't come easy. You weren't up there from the very beginning. You had to make some passes. We saw some mistakes from some of the front runners, the guys that we've seen on the podium so far this season. Are you surprised yourself at this ride, or was this just a long time coming?
I'm very surprised. I don't know what happened. I may have done some things. We'll see in the theater file. I definitely ejected Jake out of the dirt berm at one point. There was some incident at the those dirt S-turns under the table. There was a lot of wrecking that was happening down there. But I'm retiring. It won't get better.
Well, Wes, if this is it, thank you for all the years. I'm just kidding. Wes, I mean, what are you even thinking? I mean, I know you're saying like you don't know what happened. What is even your mindset with all the carnage that's just going around you during that race? Obviously, this track was the most difficult this season, one of the most difficult we've seen in Halo this year across all of the series on Halo tracks. Just what is going through your mind as you're just seeing what's going on around you?
I should have been in 6th.
Well, you're in 3rd.
That's all I was thinking the whole time. I was like, wow, I shouldn't be here right now.
Well, you are
a man,
a man
of few words, but a man that has a bronze medal to his name now. Squeezu, your first ever podium in competitive Supercross competition. Congratulations. You said it's only down from here, but there's nothing to guarantee that. Maybe this is the beginning of a new era for Squeezu in Supercross racing. Regardless, congratulations for your 3rd place here at race number 9, and we'll see if you can back it up at our season finale. Thank you, Squeezu.
Bye.
Which means we are now here with 2nd place finisher Zaya after an absolutely insane race. Zaya, you were up front battling with Kitty, battling with Jab at the beginning, moved all the way back to P4, P5, had to make your way up again. We thought it was over with 4 laps or 4 or 5 minutes to go, and then Jab was making mistakes, and then you had that final shot at the victory to keep the championship alive. Obviously, sobering and a gut-wrenching situation to come up just short after all of that, but take us through some of your thoughts and emotions now.
I feel great about the race. Jab is a great racer. Once I seen that he was like 10 seconds ahead, I thought it was over. I was like, man, there's no way I'm gonna catch this guy, but I didn't know he was making mistakes up front. But it was just an overall good race. I'm happy with the result. I can't complain. Jab is a good racer. Cat to be kidding me, he was really good too in 3rd place, right behind me. There was a section where I kind of went in front of him by mistake. I got the dogs. I kind of went in front of him by mistake, but my monkey's when it turned. So then that's when that berm, he took me off the corner. But it's all good, though. Besides that, I had a great time. It was a good race.
Isaiah, unfortunately, you will not be the champion of HTSX Next this season. However, going forward into future HT series, of course, Jake is going to be running endurance soon. We will have HT Supercross later in the year. What can you take from your return to Halo racing after being away from it for a decade and contending for a championship in the series? What can you take away from this series and apply to any future series that you're going to be running later this year and going forward into the future?
I would say just the learning that I've learned from the drivers, just take away from that and possibly join Jais. I know Jais is a difficult track, so learning from you, Deacon, I mean, it would be great. But besides that, I'll probably take the driving that I've accomplished in Next and take it to Jive, hopefully do good there.
Zaya, I think it speaks volumes that you've made your return just this series throughout HTSX Next, and already you're a regular and no one's surprised to see you finishing on the podium. I think that speaks volumes for itself that you've already established yourself as one of the faster racers in our sport upon your return. So definitely nothing to hang your head at. It was definitely a hard-fought season between you and Jab. Took a few races for you to kind of get the flow and get things figured out. Of course, that race at Blackrock was super unfortunate, the way that the lag out happened with just a few laps to go there. But like we said, nothing to hang your head out. 3 wins so far on the season, possible to make it 4 next week. And you're going to walk away from this season having finished on the podium at least 50% of the time, which is a huge accomplishment when you're up against the field that you have been up against. So congratulations on this P2. Thanks for putting on such an entertaining fight for the lead here tonight and for the championship all season long. And we'll see you back for the season finale next week.
Appreciate it, guys.
But it is now the man of the hour on the podium, the Hoosier out of Indiana. Jabelston locks down his first ever HT Supercross championship, clinching it in winning fashion here at race number 9, Pastrami. It wasn't easy. It didn't come easy. Jab, you got the lead. You got the lead early. You had to battle with Kitty early and Zaya early, and then you had such a huge gap. What were you thinking at the end of that race when it went from that 10-second or so gap that you had, and then all of a sudden with 2 to go, you're crossing the line with pretty much side by side with your championship rival?
Yeah, I had no idea he had closed it up. I knew I was making some mistakes, like coming through all the lappers and everything. And then when I was lapping Coop, I was like, wait, bro, who is that behind me? And then next thing I saw his helmet on my screen. I was like, oh, snap. Like, had to get a move on. But, man, all year, like, it's been so fun racing with these guys. Like, all the battling's been, like, hard. Like, everybody's racing each other hard. Like, nobody's scared to really take any risk. Like, no worry about getting, like, a penalty called. Like, I'm a racing fan my whole life, growing up in Indy with the 500 and everything, and been a Supercross fan my whole life first and foremost. And yeah, the battling in this series has been the most fun I've had racing Halo Supercross in a long time, and it was so fun. And the coming out on top's just a nice little bonus. But like I said, man, I've been having so much fun racing these guys, and the battling has just been a lot better than I thought it would. I mean, you watch it on the streams and you watch it back and see everybody fighting and cutting down and scrapping for position, and it's been a hell of a 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and I look forward to watching next week and seeing how that unfolds, and fight for 5th place in Jais on Friday, and probably take a long break after that.
I was going to say, Jab, you're probably going to take a long break after this season. Of course, HT Supercross later this year. You've been running so much better than you have been in recent years in Supercross with this next series. What can you take from your experience in Next, apply it to when we get to HT Supercross and future series? Because you are looking like somebody finally to be once again to be reckoned with here on the Supercross circuit.
I was thinking about this the other day, like, man, what could have been? Like, we've been racing so much since like 2020, and even on like the old TV I was playing on, I didn't have game mode on, so like was still kind of self-handicapping and was even still podiuming like in a couple of the HTSX races, and yeah, I mean, I think the last like 5 months, like pretty much since that abysmal showing in the last season of HTSX, like kind of showed what I could do and that I'm not as sorry as everybody kind of thought I was coming into this, and kind of motivated me a little bit as well because everybody was talking about Darian sweeping and being the favorite, and I definitely felt like I was personally, but I mean, we'll see, dude. I mean, we've been racing Supercross since November, October, like I'm so burnt out. I'm ready for a break. I'm so glad, honestly, that I don't have to race next week and was able to lock it up a week early. So, not that like I said, I've been having so much fun, but, um, you have to put in a little bit of work, to do well in these, and, it's just a lot to be doing it like year round, and we'll see what I do with HTSX, but I think after Friday, like I said, I'm trying to get fifth in Jaws. That'd be cool for me, and we'll see what happens after that. I don't think I'm going to put the effort in anything like I have been these last couple times, and we'll see what that translates into.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice respite for all of us here in the Halo Supercross universe, because we got Jais finishing up on Friday, got the season finale for next, so we'll be able to have that much needed break, enjoy the real life outdoor motocross season as a spectator, and then see what the fall and the winter has for us in terms of Supercross series after that. But Jeb, I mean, I can speak as someone who's a competitor of yours as well in the mainline series, and definitely have your mojo back competing for moto wins and our triple crowns in the Jai series, beating me in multiple heat races in the Jai series. So the speed is definitely has picked up tremendously since kind of figuring out the monitor stuff, and I feel like just mentally, you had that chip on your shoulder of not being the recognized favorite, but kind of let that Cooper Webb, like what you have, even if nobody else is acknowledging it. So it's really special, really cool as your buddy, as your friend, and as a competitor to see you get this one done. So congratulations, Jabelston. You're an HT Supercross champion, the inaugural champion of HT Supercross Next. We'll see who you end up passing the torch to. We'll see who all is involved in season 2. We still got the season finale next week, so don't want to call it wraps just quite yet. But like you said, you wouldn't even have to show up next week. You got it done. So congratulations.
We can have some fun next week.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations, Jab. The Hoosier is champion here in our first HT Supercross next season. Way to get it done.
Thank you guys for hosting this every week. I can't wait to watch as a spectator. Like you said, that should be pretty nuts on that. I'm assuming it's my track too, so that'll be fun to watch. And yeah, I appreciate what you guys have done all year, and how it's been run, and the racing that's been going on, and all the competitors. Like, I've actually had a blast on these Tuesday nights, and definitely won't forget about it. And yeah, the winning the championship's just a nice little perk, but these guys have been awesome, and the lobbies have been awesome, and just chatting it up with everyone, getting to know everyone's been really fun.
So two more things before we close out. Jab, if you're not going to race next week's next race, would you like to join us in the booth? I think that could be fun.
I'm probably just gonna be chilling on the couch, watching it on my phone. I'll be in the chat.
Fair enough.
No, I appreciate that, but like I said, I'm so burnt out after Friday. Like, we'll see what happens. Like, I got work and trying to make this balance as we're in our busy season. I'm ready to throw in the towel for a long time.
Fair enough. And second thing, I think I did this earlier in our interviews, and I'll do it again. Who, Joes? Congrats, Jab. You're a champion of HT
Yes,
Supercross
sir.
Next.
IU Hoosiers Championship, my alma mater, and then me
Call
getting
up
the
Signet.
next champion.
Call up Signetti right now and get that NIL.
Yeah,
deal.
he called me the other day wishing me luck going into this race. And I just was so grateful that he watches every week and is a follower of the sport, and I
For the
couldn't
first
believe
time
my
in this,
ears.
and for the first time
Definitely
this HT Supercross season, he
gonna
is
be-
actually smiling.
Yeah, gonna be tagging Elijah Surratt, Omar Cooper, and the rest of the boys for sure after another Hoosier dub here. So that's all from us here at race number 9. Like we said, season's not quite done, even though the championship is wrapped up tonight. We still have race number 10 next week. Kind of got a little hint of what that track might be. Hasn't been announced yet, but it's kind of understood what that track is going to be. So we'll see you one more time in HT Supercross Next before our off season, and we're looking forward to that. Still got one more week of great Halo racing ahead of us. Thank you for joining us, everyone watching live. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, on the VOD, thank you for watching. Go ahead and leave a like if you're able to, so we can get more Supercross fans watching some of our stuff. But we appreciate your time, and we will see you at our season finale next week.